Hello everyone and welcome to the next report on the state of co-prosperity sphere. This one for January 1972, dealing with the year 1971. And it was a fairly positive year for most of us when we look at it. Most importantly, it was very positive for Japan itself. We managed to increase our GDP growth, which was quite dramatic in 1970 at 10.65%. Then it dropped to 3.49 and we're back at 5.72, which is great. However, China, for some reason, is getting into pretty deep issues. They lost over 6% of their GDP in the last year. Kind of interesting to see that. And Manchuria, their growth just halted. They were at around 5% in the past 2 years, and now they are at 0.9%, which is crazy low when you think about it. State of Guangdong, on the other hand, had some kind of political instability. We read the news about it, and in the end it lost 2.45%, which is kind of bad, but they had a very rapid growth in the previous years, so having a little bit of a hit is not a major issue for them. Azad government, as usual, 3.44%. There is really not a major issue, causing the top 5. Now, I would like to just say that I'm happy with the growth of Japan in the past. What is it? Is it 10 years now? Yeah, 10 years. We managed to add 35.57% in the last 10 years, which is pretty good. While China added just slightly over 100% to 114.07, Manchuria added slightly under 20%, and state of Guangdong doubled with a little bit of extra their GDP output. When we look a bit deeper into the table, number 6 now belongs to Confederate Cities of Grenada, as it did last year, but their growth, is very meager at 1.45%. Nothing major, nothing, it isn't a stagnation of a sort, but it isn't really something crazy. They've added only slightly over 4.4% in the past couple of years. Number 7 belongs to Philippine Shoto Ranges Seifu, which are growing at their usual pace, added 1.66%. Number 8 belongs to Republic of Indonesia, 4.84%. Pretty dramatic growth for them in the past year. They were, much slower, but it seems to be speeding up in the past few years. Number 9... that was Republic of Thailand. Okay, so Republic of Thailand added 3.03%. Nothing major, but, in line with their previous growth. Number 10 now belongs to Peru. They added 4.35%, pretty decent growth. Number 11 belongs to Republic of Zaire. They added 3.84%. They've been growing pretty nicely. 11.7% in just a couple of years is pretty decent. Number 12 belongs to the newcomer in the sphere, Islamic Republic of Iran, 4.22 billion in GDP. We're going to see how much growth they're going to come up with next year. Number 13 is Union of Burma, 2.41%, in line with their previous growth. Number 14 Empire of Vietnam, 1.5%, normal. Number 15 Mengyang United Autonomous Government, they added 4.4%. They've been growing pretty rapidly. They're at nearly 60% since the start of the game, though they haven't really done anything that would be in the news or anything, but slow and steady wins the race, I guess. Number 16 Democratic Republic of Malaya, they added nearly 4% at 3.93. Number 17 is Seihoku Homegun, they added 2.44%. Number 18 is Khmer Republic, and the new name for the kingdom that has been overthrown. They added 3.32% on the position 18. Number 19 is Kingdom of Laos, 3.92%. Number 20, Nampogu Sekan, very low, sub 0.5 billion in GDP now, 1.17%. They're really not getting anywhere, it seems. Number 21 is Bhutan with 117 billion in GDP. They're one of the, they are the weakest member of the sphere still, but they've added 31.46%, so not bad. As far as top 10 world economies go, it is quite dramatic now. United States are growing at only 1.58%, meaning they are one of the slowest growing in our table, but they're still retaining position number 1. Number 2 is Großgermanisches Reich still, but we are very close. They added 3.73 while we added 5.72. If we just do a little bit more, we're gonna jump over them again to position number 2. Number 4 is still Regno Italia, barely any growth, 1.46%. Not bad. Number 5 is United Kingdom. They actually had a slight recession of 0.14% last year. I wonder what happened there. Number 6 is Republic of China. They lost 6.06%, as we know, so a pretty steep drop to 80.47 billion. Number 7 is Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. They've added over a quarter of their GDP in just 1 year, 28.43%, and they are now at position 7. Number 8 is Brazil. They had a little bit of a recession, 0.09%, so that is, in my opinion, more like stagnation. Number 9, French state. They added 6.17%, so they're rapidly growing now. Really good for them. And number 10, still state of Guangdong, but a loss of 2.35%. As far as total world goes, we had a meager growth of 1.63% to 2,131,091,000,000 in GDP, which is 1.63%. As I said, a difference of 34 billion. Total sphere GDP increased by 3.44%, so we are growing almost at double the pace of the world. Actually, at more than double the pace of the world. Total sphere trade increased by 42.65%. Not sure what happened there, but the sphere share increased by 1.89% from 26.5 to 27. And last but not least, additional statistics. We have total debt increased by 9.54 billion. Not great, but the debt to GDP ratio dropped by 1.7%. Yearly surplus, however, dropped even further to minus 3.86 billion, which is crazy. It's nearly doubling when it comes in relation. We are currently at minus 1.13% of our GDP yearly. Production units increased by 9, which is good, to 221. Pretty good. Manpower in millions increased to 5.18 million. Army force increased by 1% to 612,600 men. Navy size, that is a mistake. That's supposed to be like this. Is increased by 1% as well, to 198,750 men. Air Force is the same. Population of Japan increased by 4.62 million, which is great. Poverty rate dropped by 3.44% to 26.52. That is amazing. Is that the lowest we had? Yeah, definitely. It is the lowest we had. We broke through this year actually. We were barely above where we started, and we broke through now. The score rate of US actually dropped by 241 points. They added 13 in military and 32 in economy, so this is probably from events and sphere. Germany added 33 points to their military, 1 to their economy, but lost 238 points in total. Actually, this is supposed to be bolded. And as far as Japan goes, we added 326 points, 10 in military and 38 in economy, the rest from events and score. And approval in House of Peers, public approval and government stability all took a hit. Approval in House of Peers increased by 18.5%, but still nowhere near the place where we wanted. Public approval, actually, no, it didn't take a hit. Everything is better with the exception of public approval. Yeah, okay, well, almost. And now for the graphs to close it off. So you can see that Republic of China is dropping for a second year in a row. So is Guangdong actually. Manchuria keeps growing and Azad Hind keeps growing. So I wonder if we're gonna see a switch between Manchuria and Guangdong again. It'd be kind of interesting to see. And as far as the world goes, USA is losing ground comparable to us, and number 3, me meaning Japan, or us meaning Japan, and Germany, we are both accelerating our growth. So, we're probably not going to catch to them, but we are growing at a faster rate than United States are. So that's pretty good, pretty good. I wonder, if there's going to be any change next year, if we're going to be number 2 again or not. So anyway, with that said, thank you very much. A brief overview. I'm kind of rapid firing through these now because, with the exception of a couple of things, the things seems to be on a pretty good trajectory. I'm spending a lot of time dealing with this now in the game as we have less crises and more time to look over the numbers as we go. So hopefully that's okay with you. Anyway, as I said, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode after this one.